I used to bartend in Portland. Mostly worked dive bars and punk venues. But then I got offered a weekend gig at a members-only place called Club Lucid. You wouldn't find it on Google Maps or Instagram. No signage, just a black door behind an abandoned bookstore on Belmont Street. You got in only if they wanted you in. The money was good. Too good. And every Friday night, the same crowd showed up, always dressed in all black. No phones, no small talk, no smiling. They tipped in silver coins. Real silver, not some novelty stuff. My first night, the manager, an older woman named Elise, gave me one rule. If someone asks to go downstairs, tell them it's closed. No exceptions. I laughed, thinking it was some VIP lounge or something. But Elise didn't laugh. She just stared at me and repeated, no exceptions. The first few hours were fine. The music was deep house, but slower, weirder, like it was missing half the beat. The crowd barely moved. They stood around the dance floor just swaying or whispering to each other in a language I didn't recognize. At exactly 2:13 a.m. the music cut out. Total silence. No one reacted. The lights dimmed slightly, not like someone was adjusting them, but like the bulbs were dying. That's when I saw him. A man in a dark gray coat, pale skin, no eyebrows. He walked up to the bar and said, "I need to go below." I smiled nervously and told him what Elise had told me. "Sorry, downstairs is closed." He didn't blink. He just repeated, "I need to go below. They're waiting for me." Before I could respond, Elise appeared behind him. She didn't say a word, just placed a hand on his shoulder and walked him out of the club. He didn't fight it, just faded into the crowd. When she came back, she told me to go home early. She looked shaken, her hands were shaking. The next night I showed up again, the same crowd, same vibe, same eerie, offbeat music. Elise wasn't there. I was told she quit that morning. No warning, just left her keys on the bar. Around 1:45 a.m., someone opened the door to the basement. I didn't even know we had a basement, but I saw the door in the back, behind the speakers, old wooden thing with rusted hinges. I watched as 3 people walked through it, one by one. No one stopped them. Then it started, a sound I'll never forget, like hundreds of footsteps, but on a ceiling. Then whispers started pouring through the walls. Not in English, not in any language I know, but I understood one word: return. The lights flickered violently. Bottles behind the bar shattered. The floor began to vibrate, like there was something huge moving below it. I ran to the basement door and slammed it shut. Silence. Just like that, everything stopped. The crowd had vanished. The dance floor was empty. No music, no bodies, just me and that door. I quit the next day. I never collected my last paycheck. Last week, I passed by the alley behind the bookstore. The black door was gone. In its place was a brick wall. But I swear I could still hear that music, slow, pulsing, impossible to follow, coming up through the pavement. People say Club Lucid never existed. I've talked to other bartenders, no one's ever heard of it. No record of Elise, nothing. But I still have one of the coins they gave me and it's warm. Even now it's still warm. They told me the club had history, old school charm, they said. Brick walls, checkered floor, and a chandelier that looked like it hadn't been cleaned since the 70s. The place was called the Downbeat Room, tucked behind a jazz bar in New Orleans. You had to know someone to get in. I was a DJ working in Baton Rouge when I got the offer. One night gig, the promoter said, "Pays double, no phones allowed inside." Red flag, I know, but the money was good. And honestly, I needed a break from frat house crowds and broken beer bottles. I showed up around 11:30 p.m. No signboard, no lights, just a black metal door at the end of an alley. A guy in a 3-piece suit let me in without a word. Inside, it was dark. Not moody dark. I mean the kind of dark that feels thick, like the air itself didn't want you there. A few crimson lights bounced off the ceiling. There were people on the dance floor, but they weren't, right? Their movements were too smooth, too synchronized, like they were underwater. I set up at the booth. Vintage turntables, no controller, no digital, just vinyl. The records were already there, unlabeled, old, dusty. I picked one at random. When I dropped the needle, the crowd stopped dancing. Every single person turned and stared at me. Then, in unison, they started swaying. Not dancing, swaying. Heads tilted slightly, eyes locked forward. It was hypnotic. I couldn't look away. The music was strange, like jazz, but distorted, like it was being played backward. That's when I noticed something. Their feet weren't touching the ground. I blinked, looked again, still floating. I turned to the promoter, but he was gone, just vanished. The chandelier above started spinning, slowly, casting shadows that didn't match the bodies below. One woman floated toward me, eyes hollow, jaw slack. She whispered, "Don't stop the music." I yanked the needle off the record. Silence, they all screamed. "You're splitting the..." Walls pulsed. The floor cracked. Blood began to seep through the tiles. The chandelier crashed down but didn't hit the floor. It froze mid-air, like time paused. I ran. The black door wouldn't open. I banged on it, screamed for help. Then I heard it. The record was spinning again. I hadn't touched it. Behind me, the crowd was closer, mouths open wide. Too wide. Their jaws unhinged like snakes. One of them said my name. That's when I blacked out. I woke up in my car. The engine was off. It was 5:42 a.m. I was parked outside an empty lot. The downbeat room, gone. Just rubble and chain link fence. I asked around. No one had heard of it. One bartender nearby said it burned down in 1979. Whole club went up in flames. DJ died inside. He told me they say you can still hear music some nights if you stand in the alley. That alley is now bricked up, but some nights I swear I hear it. That warped jazz, calling me back. And if you ever hear it too, no matter how curious you get, don't follow the music. Not unless you're ready to join them. If this story made your skin crawl, you're one of us now. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more tales they'll never put in the history books.